Well, hello. Welcome back to another episode of Tractors and Such. So, I've got my Massey Harris pony in here. We have it all scotched. We have the wheels scotched and we have the blocks up on here. I'll tell you one reason why we're doing this. We gotta fix the transmission. We think it's missing a spacer. That's what we think it is. And, what it does is, when you drive it, I think the gears are in there just sliding around, and sometimes the transmission will just lock up on you. We're going to try to split it from right here. It'd save us a whole lot of trouble from taking all this little stuff off. And what we done did is we done took the floorboards off, and I done took my cultivators off. On the other side, same as this side, you got a bolt here and that bolt right there with a nut on it. So we've got the bolts out now. We got these two on the bottom, and this one on the other side of the bottom one right here. Right there. Our thread is top two are got a nut on it, so we got them loose, and we also got the oil drained, and I don't know what that is, so probably a good thing we drained it. Whenever I get some help down here, we're gonna split this thing. Well, it's been a couple weeks later since I really messed with the pony, and well, I just made a shocking discovery. So, you see how you're supposed to have a cotter key right here, right? So, I'm not going to move the shafts, but the shaft was moving in and out. Okay? And, well, there's a bearing already right here, right? Well, guess what? This bearing was on the outside like that, and I'd say someone was using that for a spacer because they didn't want to put that cotter key or couldn't figure out how to put that cotter key in. And well, as I look in the back, I couldn't figure out because I couldn't engage my PTO in, right? Well, you see that shaft back there? This bearing was on it, and it was used as a spacer, and there's already a snap ring with a bearing in there. So, I have a buddy that's coming over. He's gonna take a look at it and see what he thinks. And who knows? I may not have to take this whole thing apart. You think it's all right?
Which I know the gears will be worn ground a little bit on the edges.
Move it forward and backwards.
See, the shifting forks ain't in.
Right, that's what
Yeah,
I was just looking at them gears,
yes.
getting it out of the way. I mean, that all looks pretty good to me. But,
Yeah.
I mean, they're rounded off a little bit, but that's normal.
That's normal.
I mean, you know.
After grinding, you know.
Yeah. Getting that snap.
Get it out.
Not yet. I'll put it on there farther.
Well, I know.
Jerk out on it.
Huh?
Jerk out on it.
Here's
Now push back on it a little.
I see it now.
You see the snap ring groove?
Yeah.
What I do is brake pliers.
Oh, you putting Ryan on TV?
Putting the tractor pull guy on TV or YouTube.
Oh,
Whatever this works.
tractor pulling guy.
Yeah, the tractor pulling guy.
Keep going.
Okay, so well, we got the transmission in, not all the way, but somewhat. But we think we got that fixed because now it can shift there pretty easily. Sorry, it's raining. But, oh. Now guess what will happen? The clutch won't disengage. We've got this. Had to go over here and get some nuts under. Hold them nuts so we can impact them off. Now we're getting the steering arm off. Okay, so well, we got the jack under. We got these bolts loosened up here. And just remember, we're not needing to drag this thing a mile away from the tractor. We just need to get enough so I can get the throw out bearing that's fell out and stick it back on. So we got the motor pulled out a little bit. And well, the throw out bearing is still on the shaft. We pushed the clutch in. Mate, it works. Whenever we were putting that in, we didn't get the shaft lined up in the pilot hole in the middle of the crank. Alright, we got straightened up, we think. And in a couple of days, I'll get back to this. Okay, so we got the motor back in. It's mounted. I had to run to my local, I guess you'd call it the industrial supply store thing. And I had to get a castle nut because this had chisel off, and that's got a new castle nut and put a new cotter key in it right down here. And let's see, also had to get a new bolt for in there because I forgot which one. I had to use easy out because the head was stripped. And I done started this, and I moved it forward and backwards in all the gears, so that means it was working. I'm gonna get a spacer made out of a, I'll tell you what the thickness is when I get it back, which should be tomorrow. Because PTO shaft, because the way them bearings were set, someone I couldn't even get the PTO in, and I'd say that's probably one of the reasons also why. I don't think this PTO is original to this tractor. So I'm getting a little spacer made that goes along the housing here, and still have a PTO in this tractor. Okay, so we've got the PTO back on. We got that little space, that 1/4-inch spacer made in. Because I'd say it's from a different model, that PTO is. I don't know, but it does work. I engage it, it'll turn. Disengage it, it won't turn. So yeah, now I'm gonna go over here and do it, start it up. Let's go drive this thing. It's been about 2 months since I drove this. Get some gas. Oh, come on. It needs a carb rebuild, it's flooding. stick in first. We're just going to drive her around right here. I'm having some carburetor issues on this thing. Or field delivery, one of the two. It drives pretty smooth. It don't pop out of gear like it did and it didn't lock up. Put her in second. Goes pretty good. Now let's put her in third. Okay, so well, I got the tractor back in here. It's starting to die out and it's got some fuel issues. So I'm going to rebuild carburetor next one of the next videos. And I'm going to give it a tune-up. And I don't know when, but at some point, because I'm tired of getting the jump box and jumping that battery. And this is not charging. And it's got an 8-volt battery in it. So I'm debating on converting it to 12 volts, which it needs to be converted because it crank over faster. Because sometimes it just cranks too slow and sometimes it needs an extra boost for it to fire off. So yeah, well, I guess I'm going to end it here. Thank you all for watching this video, tractors and such. Please consider subscribe and give this video a like. Now we'll go with Paul with the devotion.
Today's devotion is Genesis chapter 12, beginning at verse 1. Now the Lord has said unto Abram, Get thee out of thy country, and from thy kindred, and from thy father's house, and unto a land that I will show thee. And I will make thee a great nation, and I will bless thee, and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing. And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse them that curses thee, and thee shall all families of the earth be blessed. So Abram departed as the Lord had spoken unto him, and Lot went with him. And Abram was 75 years old when he departed out of Aram. And Abram took Sarah his wife, and Lot his brother's son, and all their substance that they had gathered, and the souls that they had gotten in Aram, and they went forth to go into the land of Canaan. Unto the land of Canaan they came. And Abram passed through the land unto the place of Simeon, and the plains of Moreh, and the Canaanites was then in the land. And the Lord appeared to Abram and said, Unto thy seed will I give this land. And there buildeth he an altar unto the Lord, who appeared unto him. And he removed from hence unto a mountain on the east of Bethel, and pitched his tent, and having Bethel on the west, and Hai on the east, and there he builded an altar unto the Lord, and called upon the name of the Lord. And Abram journeyed, going on still toward the south. And there was a famine in the land, and Abram went down into Egypt to sojourn there. And the famine was grievous in the land. And it came to pass, when he was come near to enter into Egypt, that he said unto Sarah his wife, Behold now, I know that thou art a fair woman to look upon. Therefore it shall come to pass, when the Egyptians shall see thee, that they shall say, This is his wife, and they shall kill me, but they will save thee alive. Say, I pray thee, that thou art my sister, that I may be well with me for thy sake, and my soul shall live because of thee. Thank you for watching Cade's video today. See you on the next post.